Hunters are the rogue class of the Destiny universe. They're agile, stealthy, and deliver some of the highest damage in the entire game. Today we're covering the 5 Hunter subclasses and showing you a PvE build for every one.
I know my destiny.
The Gunslinger is the Old West sharpshooter class, focusing on precise use of their weapons and knives to carve up enemies. Our build is the Space Cowboy and combines the Celestial Nighthawk with the Sunshot hand cannon. Celestial changes the Golden Gun super into a single high-powered shot that refunds us super energy on kills. Oh, and while we're wearing the Hawk, precision final blows with our weapons give us additional super energy. So every time we pop a skull with our flaming hand cannon, we get additional super energy. When we combine this with the on your mark aspect, precision kills also give us increased handling and reload speed. It's enough to make a grown Titan cry. If we had functioning tear ducts. The second fragment is up to you. I enjoy Gunpowder Gamble because, honestly, who doesn't want to chuck a hunk of dynamite? And if you're worried about blowing yourself up, well, you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. If this level of yeehaw doesn't make you feel lucky and make you rate this build a magnificent 7 out of 7, perhaps our next build will. If you want to try any of our builds, we left dim links with our armor mods, subclass options, and weapons in the description below. The Nightstalker Hunter is the ultimate stealth assassin. From on-demand invisibility to attacks that weaken and explode our enemies, Void Hunters rule in both PvE and PvP. Our build is the Twilight Assassin and combines the Gear Falcon's exotic chest with the Le Monarch exotic bow. Gear Falcons gives our Void weapons volatile rounds when we emerge from our invisibility. Le Monarch's exotic perk, Poison Arrows, turns arrows that we fire quickly after a full draw into literal poison arrows. If you can land a crit, it also spreads that poison around to other enemies. This allows us to double up on damage, volatile, and poison. We're adding the aspects Vanishing Step, which makes us invisible when we dodge, and Stylish Executioner, so defeating volatile combatants also grants us invisibility and wall hacks. Our next melee from invisibility will also apply the Weaken debuff. Now we can dodge to go invisible, shoot Le Monarch, which will have volatile rounds and poison arrows, and every target we defeat makes us invisible again. Nightstalker is top-notch in almost every scenario. But if you have a taste for something a little more in your face, you may want to try our next subclass. While other subclasses allow you to play from a distance, Arcstrider favors the kind of bare-knuckle combat that makes my Titan brain shoot straight goofy juice. Arcstriders don't care about defense. They know that if you hit your enemy first, and you hit them hard enough, then they can't hit you back, because, they're dead. Enter our build, the Fists of Fury, where we combine the Assassin's Cowl with the Tractor Cannon. Assassin's Cowl gives us health and invisibility when we get powered melee kills or finishers. And Tractor Cannon applies a debuff to enemies so they take 30% more damage. We combine these with the aspect Flow State, where defeating a jolted target boosts regen on our dodge, and gives us damage resistance when dodging. We're getting our jolt from 2 different sources. First, we equip the Spark of Shock Fragment, which allows our grenades to apply jolt. Our second aspect, Lethal Current, allows our powered melee to also apply jolt, does extra damage, and it blinds immediately after we dodge. Add a kinetic shotgun with the perk 1-2 punch and a weapon with bolt shot, and we're punching harder than a pre-nerf Hammer Titan. You can see why I like this, right? This seems like a great time to say that we're on Twitter at NoobMastersD2, and that you should like and subscribe if you're enjoying this video. Now it's time for our first Darkness subclass, the Revenant. The Revenant is the Ice Demon Rogue of Destiny. Revenants stalk the battlefield, slowing their enemies and striking fear into hordes of foes. They do this with a very simple but powerful combo. Our build is Frost King and combines the Renewal Grasps with the Vergless Curve exotic bow. Renewal Grasps increases the size of our Duskfield grenades. Enemies trapped inside them deal reduced damage and eventually freeze. but what if we could make them even better? Because adding the touch of winter aspect makes our dust fields even bigger, like an igloo. Then we add in the Vergless Curve. Its exotic perk allows kills to charge up these special freezing arrows. When we fire them from the hip, they freeze anything we hit and create massive walls of ice. Now everything is either freezing or frozen. For our second aspect, we take Shatter Dive. Now activating our dodge mid-air creates a quick dive to the ground that shatters all the nearby crystals and any frozen target in sight. Our combo looks like this. Throw our grenade to slow enemies, shoot our bow to charge it up, shoot to freeze enemies, and it's really a thing of beauty. One more subclass to go, and it's time to introduce you to one of the most satisfying builds in Destiny, the Threadrunner. If you want to fly around Destiny like Spider-Man, the Threadrunner is for you. This subclass allows us to suspend enemies and send out giant green Beyblades that unravel those enemies. Our build is the Bowblader and combines the Foe Tracer helmet with the Wishkeeper exotic bow. Foe Tracer's exotic perk, Relentless Tracker, says that damaging a powerful combatant or guardian with an ability gives you a temporary bonus to weapons that match your subclass. This damage bonus is 25% for 10 seconds. Wishkeeper is a strand exotic bow that allows you to build up charges by getting hits and kills with the bow. When you fill the charges, the next shot lays a trap on the ground that suspends targets and gives Wishkeeper a 50% damage boost on anything you suspend. For aspects, we run Widow's Silk, which gives us a second grenade. And you can play this in one of three ways. First, you can lean into the Spider-Man fantasy by using a grapple grenade. It's fun and allows you better movement on the battlefield. Second, you could run Threadling grenades as another way to activate Foe Tracer's buff. Lastly, you could run a Suspend grenade as another way to activate Wishkeeper's buff. Our second aspect is Whirling Maelstrom, which creates the green Beyblades you're seeing when we break a tangle. This build is great for cutting through large groups of red bars and stopping champions and higher health combatants in their tracks. There's a lot going on, but hey, we're hunters. We can handle it. That's all 5 subclasses on Hunter. If you want to see any of these builds get its own featured video, comment the name of the build below. And don't forget to leave us a like. If this video reaches 200 likes, I'll pick one character and delete all its legendary armor. Oh, you heard me right. Until next time, Guardians.
I know my destiny.